Hi Leo, welcome back to Omkaratarot and to another You versus Them. Leo, let's see how you're feeling now, how the person connected to your energy is feeling, and what action we can expect in this connection. And Leo, these are general collective readings, may not resonate with all of you. Please keep that in mind, take what works for you, leave the rest. So let's begin. Welcome back, all my subscribers, and welcome in newcomers. Leo spirit. All right, Leo newcomers, I'm setting down two sets of cards here. One side will be for you, one side will be for your person, and in the center, I'm going to have your dialogue message cards, mutual energies. If this is your reading, Leo, you'll know which side you resonate best with. For me, this is going to be person A here, and this is going to be person B here. Bottom of my deck, I have a Two of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody, I think, has given up on this connection. I'm dropping the ball. One person says, I've closed the chapter down. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. Yes, I am sad. I'm sad. I regret that I wasted so much time, energy, effort on something that didn't flourish, but it's okay. I'm putting in all that love and attention into myself, and I'm focusing on brand new beginnings, focusing on my money, focusing on tangible things in my life. I don't trust the other person anymore. I'm cutting this person out of my life. This is not my soulmate anymore. Or they never were. Okay, so the other person says, but I think the other person has now realized that they do want to come out of the cold with person A. But the problem here is they're not sure if person A will still take them back. They're a little worried that the other person has totally turned their back on them. Now they're looking into their future and saying, oh, but now I want to step up. Now I want to do right by them. But how do I tell them now? How do I go towards them and tell them that now I want you back? Okay, so that's my first thought. I'm going to clarify all these cards for you, Leo. But before that, let's ask the universe. Spirit, tell me what's going on with Leo and their person. Why are they both feeling this way currently? Leo and their person, spirit. Leo and their person, spirit. All right. The first card here, Leo says, healing, recovering from past pain or trauma. So I think this is person A who's healing themselves, putting in all that love and affection into themselves. Communication. Someone wants clear and honest communication now. They want to talk. Third card says obsession. Someone can't stop thinking about this connection. Wow. So somebody wants to talk, they're obsessed. Let's also do your dialogue message cards. Let's see what communication comes up, Leo. Let's see if you guys could say something to each other right now, what that would be, and then we'll start the clarification. Leo and their person, spirit. Leo and their person, if they could say something to each other now, what would that be? Leo and their person. If they could say something to each other now, what would that be, spirit? Let's take a few more from another deck. Leo and their person, spirit. If they could say something to each other now, what would that be? And we'll take a few more from a third deck and then start the reading. Last one. All right, good to go. Let's start the reading. And Leo, if you're looking for personal readings, my email is omkaratarot@gmail.com. You can reach me there. It's there in the description box below as well. So the first card here says, in spite of how things turned out in the end, I don't regret loving you. If the timing was right, I would have committed to loving you the way you deserved to be loved. I always think about you when I hear our favorite song. You did everything right. I just closed my heart to love and I wouldn't let you in. I must admit that I'm longing for your touch and your warm embrace. So embarrassed, I acted foolish and I don't know how to tell you how sorry I am. One day I believe we will be together again. I hope we can come back together and pick up where we left off. I'm considering moving on with a new soulmate, but I didn't really want to have to. I honestly don't think anyone will love you more than I do. Just saying. When you left me, I felt it was because you did not think I was good enough. Sometimes I leave so you can know that you'll be just fine without me. So somebody took the other person's love for granted, I feel, in the past. All right, so these were some of your messages. If these were resonating with your storyline, Leo, let's start the reading. I'm going to first focus on my left, which is person A. Then we'll move to the other side, person B, and then do your action cards. So, person A, let's start with you first. So, newcomers, please remember these are not gender based. I'm not guessing which side Leo's on because I could be dealing with two lions here or lionesses. Leo zodiacs on either side. So, I'm going to be addressing them as person A, person B. If this is your reading, you'll immediately pick up which side you're on, who this person is for you, and well, it could be a love interest, it could even be your business partner, relative, best friend. So please use your own judgment here. All right, person A, let's begin with you. Let's start with you. How are you feeling in your emotions and your feelings? I see the World card and the Queen of Cups. What's the World card for you, person A? Person A says, I've closed down a chapter. I've closed down a chapter. I've taken back my power. I'm stronger than ever before because this connection was getting all toxic. Maybe they realized that their person had had some addictions or bad habits, or they were just bad with their communication or something here. Person A says, but I haven't lost my will to love. I have poured all that love into myself. In fact, closing down this chapter has made me even stronger now because I'm ready for something brand new. I now know who should have my heart. I want somebody to come into my life who's better than what I had. And yeah, till then, I think person B is just filling their own cups. It's like I have to fill my own cups. I have to love myself first. And then who knows, the universe will send me a brand new soulmate and, somebody who will be at par with what I deserve. I think person B is still open to a happily ever after closing down this chapter. They want to leave this conflicted connection behind, maybe move on to peace and happiness in their own life. They're not waiting around. I don't see person A waiting around, and nor do I really see them very bitter or angry. It's like, yeah, I had to close this chapter down, and that's it. Okay, so tell me then why are you closing down this chapter, and where are you going, person A? Person A says, well, I feel bad that this didn't work out. I mean, all the cups kind of just fell to the ground. Yes, I feel I wasted a lot of time, energy, effort on this connection. In the past one, which I've shut down, it gave me too much stress, too much anxiety, too many sleepless nights. The person I was dealing with was very narcissistic. It was always their way or the highway. It was always about what they wanted, when they wanted it. They were playing mind games with me. They didn't treat me like a true partner. And what I have realized is that I do want something which is going to be beautiful, a soulmate connection, who I can have a happily ever after with. And right now I'm focusing on my new beginnings, hoping that, with or without maybe even a partner in my life, I can stabilize my life, find my own safety, for own security, and that's it. So I think person is very gracefully, I would say, saying, I'm closing down this chapter because it was toxic. But my heart is still full of love. I'm focusing on all positive things in my life now. So tell me then, person A, how do you see the connection currently? How do you see person B? How do you feel about this connection right now as I'm doing the reading? Person A says, well, I don't trust this person anymore. Yes, I have cut this person out of my life. Yes, I did feel very angry and upset with them because of whatever happened, was something I think person A could have found out about the other person, which made them extremely angry, and the trust, flew out of the window. So they have kind of acknowledged that, no, this past connection is over. This was not my true soulmate. This is not my true Two of Cups. And yeah, I think the person A again is more focused on a passionate brand new beginning for their life, doing fun things for themselves, focusing on their money. I mean, all three aces on their side, right? Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, which is I'm ready to put all my energy effort into filling up all my own cups. Okay, so yeah, but they have been through disappointment, but they are also kind of, turning their disappointment into bettering themselves. It's like I have to focus on stabilizing my own life instead of just, being an option in somebody else's who all they did was break my heart. So I think person A is kind of given up. They are dreaming about the new things that are going to come into their life, their own victory, their own success, their own money, their own, well-being. So they're protecting their energy big time. I don't see person A focusing on the past anymore. In fact, they're turning their life around to focus on their new beginnings. Could just be as simple as, meeting up with friends and family, having a jolly good time, just being happy, filling their own cup. Okay, so what action person A will finally take is here, which I'll open later, Leo. Let's go to the other side, see how person B is feeling, and then we'll do the action cards together. So person B, how are you feeling about this now? In your feelings, in your emotions, I see the High Priestess in reverse. They want to break the silence. Yeah, I thought as much. Person B says, I don't like this thing that we are not talking or the silence between the two of us. What they truly want to say to person A is, hey, can you give me another chance? I want to revive this connection. And this is like, dead people coming out of coffins. It's like, yeah, can we just forget about everything and get this connection to get going once again? Why? Because I think this person now wants to come back. They want to come back to person A. They don't want to be left behind. They don't want to feel lack. They don't want to be the person who got left behind while person A moves on and finds somebody brand new for themselves. Why do you feel this way, person B? Empress in reverse. Because they don't want to lose out on the best thing that they ever had. Yeah, this person is looking at their future now. They're looking into their future and they don't want to lose out on now what they realize was the best thing for them for their future. But the problem here is, even though they have the clarity now that they don't want to lose out, they're not sure if person A still wants them back. They feel, but what if person A has already turned their back completely? What if they don't want me back? Yeah, so they are now stuck. This person is stuck. They don't know whether they can manifest this connection back because now they're seeing things from different perspectives. They're putting themselves in person A's shoes and saying, yeah, no wonder they don't want me back. I behaved badly. I behaved like somebody untrustworthy. And also, oh my God, they are seeing person A very happy in their life. Look at them, they're so happy, they're so single, and they are enjoying abundance in their life. Will they even want me back? So they are scared to take action because they know that in the past, when they had an opportunity, this person behaved very selfishly. They were only focused on themselves. So they are scared to reach out, even though they want a second chance. So tell me then, person B, how do you see the connection currently? How do you see person A? How do you feel about this connection right now as I'm doing the reading? Person B says, I have changed. I want to now step up and prove to them that, you know what, I want to be your counterpart. I want to be your person. I'm ready to take responsibility for my actions. You and I were a team or can be one. We are a power couple together. We are meant to be together forever. But the problem here is, how do they come and say it now? This person is planning. They are thinking, they're planning, but very afraid to take action right now. Why? Yeah, because they feel they'll get blocked. Yeah, they'll get blocked. They'll be seen as a trickster who wants to come back in. So this person is like now reflecting on their bad decisions that they made. This person is now going through a spiritual awakening. They've been put into a spiritual prison by the universe to think about how they came across. This person could have lied, they could have cheated in the past, right? They could have ghosted, they could have done a lot of stuff. And now it's like, how do I now convince them that now I see you as my divine true counterpart and I'm ready for you now? They are seeing person A very, very happy as a single individual. So tell me then what actions you guys will take then. I'm going to take another deck for this one, Leo. And while I shuffle this deck now, may I please request you, remind you, if you could tap the thumbs up button for me or leave me a comment to tell me if this storyline has resonating. That would be wonderful. And newcomers, repeating viewers, do like, share, subscribe to the channel. We welcome you in. All right, person A, I'm back with you now. Action from your end towards person B or otherwise in your own life now in the next 7 days. Person A's action. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. What's the Nine of Pentacles in reverse? You feel it's too late? Too much time has gone by? Yeah, person A says they lied to me, they cheated on me. I did wait for a very long time, maybe even for an apology. But yeah, you know what? I think person A feels that they were always in the right. They were even ready to offer person B everything in the past. It's like I was ready to be their perfect long-term partner. I did wait for them. I thought, sooner or later they'll realize their mistakes. They will come with an apology. But it's like too late for me now. Right now I'm very focused on myself. Yeah, they're very focused, head down, working on their own success, their own happiness, just as a single individual, I feel. Okay, so person B, what about you? Action from your end towards person A or otherwise in your own life now? Queen of Wands in reverse. Why the Queen of Wands in reverse as in your actions? Moon, they're scared. This person is scared that if they try and go back, person A is going to get very angry and upset with them. So they're drowning in their emotions, very afraid to first, say those words to person A that, hey, I want to come back to you. Because they somewhere know that person A will probably get very upset or very angry and may just, this person is sitting in lack now. They're sitting in lack because they feel, we know what they're expecting. That person is going to tell them, why are you back? It's already over. I'm very happy without you. I'm making all my own dreams and wishes come true. Why are you back? So somewhere they are scared their offer will not be accepted. They feel person A is going to say, I'm not interested anymore. They are seeing person A as really shining right now, glowing, really doing well. It's like, I would have to be the one to go and explain to them, and then I don't know what they'll say. Most probably they'll say, it's over. So, Two of Pentacles in reverse as the overall energy spirit for Leo's reading today. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Overall energy. Knight of Wands, King of Pentacles, the Lovers. Yeah, this is person A. The person A says, you know what, I'm using my own intuition now. The reason I've gone silent on this person is because they had a choice to make. They made their choice, right? They could have either been my divine counterpart and been right and done things perfectly well to match my energy, or they could have been a player, which they were. So they made their choice, now I make mine. I'm dropping the ball here. Yeah, I think this is person A saying, enough, I'm closing the chapter down. They made the wrong choices. So that's what I have for you. Till next time then, Leo. Love and light. Take care. Namaste.